It's our body's telling us, Rose, certain things we shouldn't put in our mouths. Hi, and welcome to the SaVeg podcast.
I'm Rose, also known as Cheap Lazy Vegan on YouTube.
And I'm Daniel, one of your favorite guest stars on Cheap Lazy Vegan's YouTube channel.
We're two friends who love to talk about the latest trending topics.
So get comfortable and join us while we give our SaVeg take on just about everything.
You are currently listening to the previous episode of this podcast, but if you would like to listen to this week's episode and get some exclusive content, go over to patreon.com/thesavagepodcast. Hi there!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of
The SaVeg Podcast.
Thank you, Rose.
You got yourself your safety pillow?
I do, yeah.
Your comfort pillow?
Be my comfort pillow. God damn, I need to get a haircut. My hair be looking like an Amazonic woman.
It looks fine. Again, men always say this about their hair, and I'm like, I feel like it looks fine.
I think it's just because it feels scruffy, so
Yeah.
I feel scruffy.
Interesting. Hi. How be your week?
So my week be interesting.
Your week be busy as hell.
I know. I had a friend visiting from the UK, so we were doing lots of things around the city.
Hi, Jess. Does she listen to the podcast?
I think she does sometimes.
Oh, hello.
And we went to the mountains a bunch of times, went to Banff, did the hot springs.
Yes.
Hot
the
springs
whole
was so
thing.
nice. I forgot how nice the hot springs was. And
Was it busy?
Actually, it wasn't too busy.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, we got in
Okay.
right away. Wasn't that many people. Well, I mean, it wasn't like packed, but there was
Was it
definitely
during the
people there.
day?
But we went on a weekend. We were on there on a Sunday.
But it was like during the day.
Yeah.
Usually, I think it gets busier in the evening because then
okay.
people go like maybe after hiking or something.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Then we went to Nourish.
Oh, the vegan cafe
Mm-hmm.
or the vegetarian.
Which
Was it good?
It was good, but I just feel like it's a bit overpriced.
It's definitely overpriced.
I
But
feel like-
you're in Banff though. I think everything's overpriced.
This is true.
Mm-hmm.
This is true. So then we did that. And then this weekend we went to Crow's Nest Pass. We went up to Fernie.
These are all places in Canada, guys. Okay.
Yeah. we went hiking. We did a couple waterfall hikes. We, just lived our best life.
Very nice.
But I'm exhausted because I haven't had like a night where I haven't been doing something. Like every night it's like going for dinner here, going for drinks here, doing this, which is fun. But it's
nice
like
to be busy, Daniel.
it is nice. I like it.
You
But also,
you just need a day of rejuvenation.
exactly, also I realized I'm like going to Australia in like 2 weeks.
Oh goddamn!
And I'm like, I just need a weekend of like doing nothing.
I feel like we say this every week.
No, but I actually just want a weekend to
You
do
say
nothing.
this every week.
And Rosa's freaking me out. She's like texting me about this
Like,
weekend. Let's
let's
go
do this, let's do
hiking.
this.
Let's go this. Let's do this. I'm just like, no, I can't.
You rejected me once again. I'm always rejected by Daniel. It's a sad life.
Well, you need to tell the full story. I didn't reject you fully.
That is true. You did
I
give
compromised.
you did throw me a bone.
Rose, life is about compromise, okay? And
That's with relationships. With friendships, I need you to give and give.
a friendship is a relationship. And when you bombard me with a ton of stuff, and I was like, you know what?
Yeah, I'm the queen of like bombarding people.
Yeah, you're like, let's do this and this and this and this and this and this and this. Meanwhile, literally, my friend is literally leaving today. I just dropped her off at the bus stop. All I can think about right now is I just want to relax.
I get overexcited and then I'm like, let's do this. This is fun.
Yeah, and you're like,
Come
this,
on, Daniel.
this, this.
Okay.
And I was
We
like,
need to do things before we get old and boring.
I know, and I am doing things,
Not with me.
just not always with you.
Not with me. I'm sad as hell.
God damn.
I saw this TikTok and this guy was like on his friend's porch and he was just like, have a drink with me. You're my best friend. I have separation anxiety. Daniel, I have separation anxiety. Okay.
And I mean, you talk about codependency, Rose. I see where the problem lies.
I know I'm codependent. I have fully admitted this. Okay.
And I'm avoidant. So like this is why, Rose. I'm like, no.
You're pushing away.
I push away.
You're doing that only is with relationships, Daniel. Okay?
A friendship is a relationship, Rose. Okay.
You're avoiding my friendship. Guys, this is,
classic avoidant.
classic avoidant attachment.
Mm-hmm.
See, I may be avoidant in relationships, and apparently I'm anxiously attached with friendships.
That would be accurate. Yeah.
All right, you guys. So welcome to another episode. I just want to say, make sure you check out our Patreon, patreon.com/thesavagepodcast. You get every episode a week earlier than everyone else. You get bonus content every single month. This month, we're going to do...
More dating stories.
No, we're going to do dating. I mean, I have no stories.
Yeah, dating.
You.
Yeah.
We're going to we're going to react to dating advice. We're going to give our dating advice because everyone should listen to us.
From two single people.
You know what? I strongly believe that we give good dating advice.
I think so.
Okay. Just because we're not in a relationship does not mean, and in fact, that's probably why we're not in a relationship. because we see all the red flags.
Oh God, so
and
many
we
red
run,
flags.
but also we are avoidant. Anyway,
Yeah.
so check out our Patreon, patreon.com/the SaVeg podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It's only $3 a month, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Very cheap. So, shall we jump into the stories? A lot has happened. Oh,
I guess
God
we should.
damn.
Yeah.
Lord Jesus. We got some crazy stories this week. So, I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard already, but we have yet another male individual that has been, that is allegedly been, doing some illegal activity toward the females.
Yes. So, guys, UK police, I mean, probably a lot of you guys, this might be old news because it happened last week.
Yeah.
But basically, the UK police open up sexual offense investigation after there was a bunch of allegations about none other than
Russell Brand.
Which
is like, okay, what are your thoughts on Russell Brand?
Well, I mean, personally, like I never had a big opinion on him, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like I remember years and years and years ago, he like hosted the MTV Awards.
Right.
And everyone was like, oh my God, Russell Brand. And I was like, I don't even know who this person is.
Yeah.
Like, how did he get so famous? I don't find him that funny, to be honest. Like, he's a comedian, right? Like,
yes, I mean, he's like a personality / comedian.
Yeah.
Well, now I don't know too much about him either, but I actually saw him live in Calgary a few years ago. Yes. And he was actually pretty fucking hilarious.
Really?
Yeah. So I had a really good night.
Yeah.
I saw him live. Like this must have been at least 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And so I've been a little bit like passively following him.
Okay.
But then in the recent years, he's kind of turned into a bit of a conspiracy theorist.
Okay.
And he's very like, anti mainstream media, anti this, a little bit like COVID vaccine hesitant, maybe.
Right.
I think, guys, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't really watch his videos, but yeah, he's kind of a conspiracy theorist now, and he has a huge following on YouTube and stuff.
Well, I mean, he is a celebrity.
He is a celebrity, and I think he became famous in the UK mainly first.
He was.
I think that's why we didn't really know much about him, because he was like on some show, Big Brother something. I don't know. Either way, so there's all these allegations, and then do you know what happened after the allegations came out? He made this video. I think even before the allegations, he knew it was going to come out by the media.
Yeah.
And then he was like, he made this video on YouTube being like, guys, big media is out to get me because essentially he's saying they are trying to like shut me down because I'm telling the truth about big media, mainstream, all that.
So a big conspiracy theorist.
Pretty big. Yeah. Now, of course, there's always a chance that might be the case. I don't know. But based on what I can see, these allegations have been coming out for way longer than he's been a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
So continue.
Well, basically, according to this article,
yeah,
the accusers who have not been named. So I don't know when this article was written, but one of them alleged that she was assaulted during a relationship with him when she was only 16.
Oh shit!
And another woman, you're right, this has been going on for a while. Another woman accused Brand of raping her in LA back in 2012.
But we don't know when they actually alleged. Yeah, exactly. But then I also heard, like many years ago, there was already allegations. Yeah. And people say that, and we don't know. Okay, we don't know the actual truth. But I'm quite hesitant to immediately say conspiracy.
Well, exactly, because there's plenty of other people that speak out about big media and they don't have sexual allegation.
That's what I mean. I'm like, you're not the only one that's saying like, oh, big media government is bad. It seems a little narcissistic to think that. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Who the hell knows? Yeah. So I guess YouTube has at this point suspended Russell Brand from making money off the streaming site after sex assault claims. Now, these are the things where I'm like, it's a bit of a tough situation because innocent until proven guilty, for sure. But then I guess these media websites can do what they want. And if there are allegations, immediately you are kind of branded as like a,
Well, and the unfortunate truth or the unfortunate reality of it, even so, like YouTube doing this and YouTube, they control, like this is the scary thing about being on YouTube is at any point they could just stop the money.
Yep.
They could say, you know what? Sorry, no.
Not that he's hurting for any cash.
Exactly. But also at the same time, if he ran his business, like a business doing, I don't know, some kind of merchandise or something, chances are this would really impact his business either way. Even if he didn't. So, I mean, it was still shitty and it sucks.
It might, because his followers are pretty he has kind of like a cult following.
Yeah.
So he might actually get more support. You know, sometimes like Dave Chappelle, for example.
Yeah.
You know, he got the backlash.
Yeah.
But then like because of the backlash, he actually kind of became more, I think, supported
by
his
down.
People. Kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because people are like, oh, I must support him now that he's like being attacked, you know? Anyways.
God damn.
So we don't know, guys. It's alleged. You know, allegedly he's done this. I honestly, it wouldn't surprise me, guys. Like, is this a surprise anymore?
Is it shocking?
Is it shocking that a male celebrity that's in the limelight has done something shady? I don't know. The last few years have told me never to be shocked by any of this.
Well, and I think really what's happening is the last couple of years. Well, not even just like, it's been so many big figures that have been accused and actually convicted. And it's like, I think it just goes to show you what an actual seedy industry the entertainment business is. Because I think we kind of hear about how seedy it is, but I think until we actually see it, and you get these like men in power or the celebrity status that really take that to their advantage. Yeah. You know, you hear it time and time again, and it's like crazy. Like so many, like there was the Bill Cosby, there was the, you know, Stephen, who was it? Oh God, I can't remember his name.
Which one?
The UK guy.
The UK guy. Whatever his name is, the weird guy we talked about a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I can't remember his name off the top of my head. He was like a national treasure.
Mr. Big from Sex and the City.
Mr. Big. There was the guy from That 70s Show.
Yeah. Although Mr. Big wasn't convicted, but there were allegations.
Now Russell Brand. There was also that guy from Beef.
Oh, I don't think that was his. Oh, but that was him. It was a little different.
Yeah.
It was him telling a story. It was him basically like telling on himself. He was like telling a story about how he like basically like R-worded somebody.
Yeah.
But then he later said he was a joke. Anyway.
Yeah. Jeffrey Epstein. There's
right.
like just just keeps going on and on. And guys, we probably missed a ton of them as well. But like.
And I also feel like I don't know if it's specifically media because these are the people we hear about because of the fact that they are famous people. Yeah. So really in any industry where, you know, there are men, there's probably a high chance.
Why men be pigs?
I don't understand. Like, and the crazy thing is these famous people, like the crazy thing about these famous people is that you could probably consensually do things with many women that are willing.
Of course.
So, but I think it's also because they've never been like told no.
Yeah.
So they probably feel like they're entitled.
Of course. And they're like, well, what do you think? What do you mean no? And also there's an element of grooming, right? Like in a sense that like.
Right. How do we feel about that?
Oh God, I don't like it.
In terms of like someone being famous. Is that what you mean?
Someone, yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's called grooming if just because you're famous, I think it's certain situations, right?
Well, because I watched, I wasn't watching. One of my friend was watching Spotlight the other night.
Spotlight, okay.
Which is a movie about the church, about the Boston Globe, I think it was, exposing the church for like pedophilia and stuff.
Right.
Or members of the church. And one of the guys that they were interviewing was talking about it. And he was like, look, like this is how it happens. You know, you build something up. And I'm not saying that this is what Russell Brand did.
And this is for children.
Yeah.
Like this is a very different. I think usually with children, that's when we use the term grooming, but you can still be groomed as an adult.
I just remembered another one, R. Kelly.
Oh God.
Again, these are alleged.
Is he in jail?
Michael Jackson.
Oh, I don't know. Okay. How do we feel about Michael Jackson?
I don't know.
We've never discussed Michael Jackson. Do you think he's guilty? I think Michael Jackson is a very unique situation.
I don't know. And it's just why for certain individuals, if there's not some element of some truth behind something, why for Michael Jackson was there all these stories coming up? You know what I mean? It wasn't just one, it wasn't just two. Well, it was shitloads.
Have you watched the documentaries and stuff?
I haven't seen.
I kind of want to see. I think there's like a few. There's two different sides of the story. Opinions, two different opinions. So I don't actually know. A part of me, I mean, maybe I just want to believe it. Not that I'm like a huge Michael Jackson stan, but because I just feel so bad for him because he's so like fucked up. Yeah. And I think a part of me thinks like truly believes that he's like a literal child that never grew up. His brain didn't develop properly. Yeah. So I think a part of me like thinks that he really just wanted to just be a child and like have kids over as a sleepover. But again, who the fuck knows?
Did you hear about that? It was Michael Jackson that did this, I think, where he paid.
Yes, I told you this.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you did. Okay.
He paid people. I think I said it in the podcast. He basically paid people to be in a grocery store while he pretended to shop because he had never experienced grocery shopping. Like, come on now.
It's crazy.
People want to become famous like him. He just wants to do regular things like other people do.
Honestly, I don't. The older I'm getting, the more I'm just like, actually being famous would be horrible.
No, horrible.
It's not fun. It's not something that's exciting anymore. Like, it's just like you lose the ability to have a normal life whatsoever. Yeah. You can't even go outside. Like, it would just be. I would hate it. I would honestly hate it.
Yeah.
And then all this shady shit happens. So we'll have to see what happens. I mean, obviously, there's an investigation going on right now. So time will tell if Russell Brand gets convicted.
Oh God. Damn. I mean, I honestly think Russell Brand, I wouldn't be surprised. He also he had like a lot of, not that this means you're going to be a sexual predator, but he was like a sex addict before. He was addicted to drugs. So when you're under the influence, who knows, true. Like you could do a lot of shady shit when you are, I'm sure he cleaned himself up later on, but these allegations are from back in the day.
God damn. So let's
Lord Jesus, guys.
Time will tell.
Do not trust men, apparently.
Do not. Speaking of which, not about trusting men. This is completely different. I was on Netflix yesterday, Rose, and I have to tell you something.
What?
Guess what there's a new season of?
Not Squid Game, not yet.
No, not Squid Game.
Is it the other Korean show?
Nope. And it's not one that you're going to get that excited about. It's more, do I have to watch this show? I'm going to say...
Love is Blind.
Yep.
We've already talked about it on our group chat.
No, we didn't say about the new episode. The new season.
Yes, we did. Christelle, you were just not paying attention.
No, because I went online and it was new episodes, but the same couples.
Oh, same couples.
Yeah, like how they like follow them after for a bit. That's what we were talking
about the new season.
No, but now there's a new season.
No, Christelle was talking about the new season.
Oh, I thought
she's like, these people need therapy.
Oh, I thought she was talking about like the same couples.
I don't think so, but I think she was talking about either way.
Yeah.
Okay, are we gonna watch it?
Well, I mean, we have to. We always do an episode on it.
Guys, should we watch Love is Blind and do a breakdown? Because this is our tradition.
It is.
But my fingers hurt from all the fast forwarding.
I know. Oh God. Honestly, it's like the slowest show. I'm like, half this shit. So dumb. They could take this show from 13 episodes to like 5.
Yeah, but they just wouldn't make as much money, would they?
I know. I don't know.
Well, I don't understand how it works because technically Netflix is a subscription. So
exactly. They probably pay for a season.
Yeah. So it's like, do you need that many episodes?
Maybe it just keeps the people watching for longer.
Yeah, but then how does that generate more income? Anyway, guys.
Maybe it's based on streams.
Do we understand how this works? Maybe it just means they spend less time on the other streaming platforms.
Could be.
Maybe that's what it means.
God dang.
Guys, let us know. We don't know how any of this works. Either way, it's a capitalist nightmare. All right, guys. Next story.
Speaking of capitalist nightmare.
Read it, Daniel.
So basically, guys, the IRS, which is I believe, what does it stand for again?
The
Internal Revenue Service.
Yeah.
I want to say it's in the United States of America.
In the United States. It's the tax people.
It be America.
Yeah.
And they always say the IRS gonna get you.
Goddamn the IRS. Nobody wants a call from the IRS.
You definitely don't. Just like you don't want to call from the CRA.
No.
The Canada Revenue Agency, for those of you that aren't in Canada. But basically, new IRS has a quote unquote $600 rule. So I guess what this meant is basically if you had a gain or like, let's say you like sold something, there was a threshold and the previous threshold was up to, I guess, $20,000, which seems really high. So you wouldn't necessarily have to report that. But now since it's dropped to 600, it's going to impact a lot of people when they're reselling things. And
so the rule was before, you mean if they made $20,000 on ticket sales?
Yes.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
If they made, any up to $20,000.
Right. So before, if you bought Taylor Swift tickets, let's say, and you made, let's say, $20,000, you didn't have to pay any tax.
Yeah.
And now, because of this crazy concert craziness, now they're saying you have to pay tax after $600.
Mm-hmm. So, and apparently, oh my God, this is so disgusting.
This makes me want to cry.
The average Taylor Swift ticket, guys, for the Taylor Swift era tour, whatever the fuck it was, the average Swiftie ticket.
You're going to piss off some Swifties, Daniel.
I know I will. It resold for, I would ask Rose to guess it, but you can see right in front of her, so I'm not going to say it. Apparently it's sold for $1,600, and I'm assuming this is in USD.
Of course it's in USD, Daniel.
God damn, that'd be like...
We're talking about USD.
That'd be like 2,000 Canadian.
More than 2,000, I think.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Okay.
Like, I'm sorry. Can we just acknowledge that $1,600 USD for a fucking concert is outrageous?
Average. So the average Taylor Swift ticket resold for $1,600. Who in God's name is paying $1,600 for one Taylor Swift concert? I'm sorry, guys. This is just...
That's disgusting. You know what I'm doing with that $1,600?
Booking a trip to Europe.
I'm booking a trip to Europe, or
putting it into a high yield savings account.
Exactly. Or if I am obsessed with Taylor Swift, I will host
a Taylor Swift party.
At my fucking house, and I'm going to get a ton of booze, a ton of food.
But it's not going to be live, Daniel.
But guess what? It will be less than $1,600 per person as well, Rose.
I know. And you know what the worst part is? It's like a lot of these people, they will pay this much, and the seats are usually not even that great.
I know. Oh God. I honestly.
I know. I don't get it. But
when you think about a concert, how long is a concert? Like 5, maybe 6 hours?
Like
if that
max, like
exactly. So
that's
I'm like
a lot.
Exactly. So I'm like, you're there for what? Maybe 4 or 5 hours.
It's usually not even that much, because usually, like, let's say it starts at 7. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I've been to a concert. Usually, you have like an opening act.
Yeah.
So let's say that kills about 30 minutes or whatever. I can't remember. And then they might perform for maybe 4 hours.
Yeah.
Like
usually I think it's like 7 till 11. So like 4 hours.
It usually does. Exactly. It doesn't go past like midnight usually.
But anyway, so that's 4 hours and you're paying $400 US an hour.
I feel like we're living in a very weird age. Everyone's saying they can't pay their fucking grocery bill. They can't pay the fucking gas bill, which is true, I'm sure, for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And then we have average Taylor Swift tickets being resold for $1,600.
But do you think that a lot of people, I guess for resale tickets, it's different, but like people buying tickets, they're just racking up debt?
But that much money? You think? I'm sure there are people like that. Yeah. But how can you be that financially irresponsible? Come on, like, I know people are financially irresponsible, but that's beyond. I'm sure there's people that are like obviously very rich, because obviously, in the States there are extremely rich people.
Yeah.
But like, there's a lot of Taylor Swift tickets that are being resold. That's like a big thing.
Well, the thing is too, this is where I have a kind of a slight issue.
I love how we went from like talking about the tax thing to this.
But also I do have a slight issue with this. Like,
okay, what's the issue?
Like the issue that I have is because what happens is the tickets will go for sale and people will go wild, and then these scalpers will go in and buy a shit ton of tickets. Is the thing. They should not be allowed to do this.
Exactly. That's what brings up the cost.
Exactly. They'll go in there and they'll buy 20 tickets or 30 tickets.
I thought there were anti-scalping rules.
I thought there was too. Like, I don't understand how this is still a thing. Like, I thought, number one, when you bought a ticket, I mean, I haven't bought a concert ticket for like a long time. Yeah. So, but when you bought a ticket, generally it's in your name. You can sell it. You can resell your ticket to somebody else and transfer it over to that person's name. And like, that's what I understood. But I don't think that I could go in there and buy like 50 tickets.
Maybe they're not. They're buying one, and I don't know. I don't know.
Then reselling
there
it.
Are definitely, because I remember when I used to go to raves, and I was all an EDM raver. There was people that would scalp tickets. They would buy a whole bunch, and I can't. But there was definitely some level of rule where they couldn't buy as many or whatever. Maybe they could only buy 4. But now that it's so crazy, maybe they can just buy 4 and sell each one for like $2,000. And then you've made like $8,000. I mean, maybe $7,000 of profit, which is absolutely crazy of you doing pretty much nothing.
Nothing. It's like, this is the thing. So how is the IRS going to crack down on this? So I guess in the past, ticket resellers only had to report earnings if they made more than $20,000.
Yeah.
And at least 200 transactions per year. Now, if anyone makes $600 or more, their earnings will be reported to the IRS regardless of how many transactions they do. So anyone making $600 or more is now going to have to pay tax on this, which, I mean, it is what it is. Like,
it is what it is. I wonder if this will deter people. But also, I mean, I think they should do this, but at the same time, IRS, come on now. You got billionaires evading taxes. Yeah. Can we focus on the real thing?
The real problems here.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, I think scalping, I think it's should
called?
Just stop. It's like these people.
I know, it's so annoying.
I know, it's like these people that also like, and I have friends that have done this, and I know, I'm not knocking those friends or anything, but like, for example, certain like shoes and
like
stuff.
Yeezys?
Like Yeezys will go on sale and you have to enter a draw, right? Like,
oh my God, and they're so stupid.
I know, it's the dumbest thing. People will enter the draw even if they don't want the shoes. They'll just enter the draw, and then what they do is they buy the shoes because there's only a limited number. And then they resell those to somebody who actually wants them at a huge profit. Yeah. Which I'm like, don't hate the player, hate the game. But it's like, it shouldn't even be allowed. Like, you shouldn't be like doing like scalping this shit. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I mean, again, capitalist hellscape that we're living in. I mean, at the end of the day, they're just hustling.
This is true.
Technically it's allowed, and I think that's part of their marketing strategy. Same with like Supreme, like these dumbass brands that I'm sorry are ugly as shit, but people obsess over it because there's only like 20 or like, you know, a few of the same thing, and I'm like, I don't give a shit if there's a few of the same thing that says Supreme on it.
I know. Oh my god,
do not get me started on Supreme.
Did you ever walk past the Supreme store?
And it's always a bunch of douchey looking people. No offense if you wear Supreme.
I walked past a few times when I was in London. I can't remember where it is in London.
I've walked past it one time.
It was literally lined up out the door. At first I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
So
I was like, is there like a sale somewhere that I don't know about? Like, and then I saw the line and it went around a corner, around somewhere else. And I saw that it went to the Supreme store.
How much is like a Supreme shirt? Do you know?
It'd be expensive.
I want to see.
Google it, Rose.
The thing is, at the end of the day, here's the thing. What's crazier? Oh, you tell me what's crazier.
Okay.
Spending $1,600 on Taylor Swift ticket for one night concert.
Yep.
Or spending $1,600 on a purse, a Supreme jacket, a Supreme jacket. What's dumber?
Hang on. Let me think.
What's worse? Experience versus material good.
I mean, they're both fucking stupid, so it's so hard to say which one is the less stupid of the two. I almost want to say going to the Swift concert is a little bit less.
Worse? Or wait, what's worse?
I think it's worse to buy a Supreme purse.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. A Supreme purse. Okay.
A Supreme purse for $600. I mean, don't get me wrong, guys. I think both of them are shitty ideas and I would never do either.
A Supreme jacket, what about?
How much does Supreme jacket be?
Actually, you know, some of them are not crazy. So they have jackets for $228. But they have also a jacket for $1,000.
Yeah, you have to find the collector's edition and stuff.
Yeah, because I feel like they have. I'm not like. Anyway, it's so ugly. Like I don't understand this brand. Anyways, so wait, what's worse?
I think getting the
ticket,
the Supreme.
Oh, the Supreme. Yeah. Why do you say that? Because Supreme is ugly?
Well, that's yeah, and also I'm like, you can just wear it a couple times, and then the chances are you're gonna like just leave it in your wardrobe. Versus having the experience of going to like an artist that you love. Interesting.
I don't know. Well, I think it depends.
It's like if you're asking somebody if they want to go on a trip or buy like a nice bag.
Yeah, but a trip is different. A trip, you know, is going to be, you know, it's not like a one-day trip.
True.
But then I guess you could say I don't know.
Taylor Swift is an experience, Rose. Yeah. It's an era.
Well, I think I would only say that a bag is more worth it if the bag is going to increase in value. So at the end of the day, it's all about money. The Taylor Swift ticket, you're going to go there.
True.
And it's going to be gone by the end of the night.
Well, I guess in that case, it's super to get the Taylor Swift ticket because you can resell your Supreme bag.
But then we're against the reselling, Daniel.
But you could also resell your Taylor Swift ticket and make a lot of money.
You can resell the Supreme bag. That's what you're saying. Yes. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say. They're both dumb.
Everyone be the asshole here.
Anyway, everyone's the asshole. IRS, you're the asshole for focusing on the wrong thing. Although I do think there should be taxes on, you know, this thing. And I think it's mainly I do think it's needed to deter people from doing this type of scalping. I don't think scalping, I don't know how they can stop it. I think that's the issue, right? Yeah. Like it's very hard to stop this kind of thing. So I think the only way that they can stop it is to limit how much you can buy. But I think people are already doing that. So I'm sure you can't just buy like 20 tickets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think the only way to kind of deter people from scalping so much, because obviously it's gotten out of control here.
It has. And that's what's driven the price up so much on these tickets.
So at the end of the day, the problem is the little girls that want to go see a Taylor Swift concert are not going to be able to go because of these fucking scalpers. And now rich people that are, you know, just like that don't even care about the experience probably are just going to go because they have the $2,000 to pay.
Yeah. Like, and imagine these little girls like, Mom, can you buy me a ticket for Taylor Swift? Exactly. It's only $1,600. You're like, no.
I remember back in the day, like a ticket to, I think I saw Christina Aguilera, and it was like maybe $80,
I know, $100. I was actually literally just talking to a friend about this the other day, because I used to go to actually quite a few concerts back in the day.
Because it was affordable.
Exactly. I went to like Kings of Leon. I went to Rihanna. I went to Kelly Clarkson.
Avril Lavigne. You got to a lot.
Nickelback.
Nickelback, goddamn.
I know. You
were a Nickelback fan.
Well, no, I wasn't really a huge Nickelback fan. I can't remember why I went to Nickelback, but I did. Anyway, long story short, like I went to quite a few concerts, and I remember like the ticket prices, the most I ever spent was like maybe $80 or $100.
Yeah, and that's pushing
and that was like a lot. I was like, whoa, this is kind of expensive. Still went.
I know.
But now it's
insane.
Now it's like $400 for a ticket, $500. It's like,
Yeah, my friend went to Beyonce and I think she paid like $400 a ticket. Oh. A ticket. Her and her mom went. $400 per person.
Yeah.
Do you know how much you could do for $400?
$400 makes me holler. God damn.
All right, guys. Next story. What do you guys think of this story? Let us know. Do you think it's good that they are starting to make people pay taxes? Do you think it'll deter people? Do you think it's not going to make a difference? Because at the end of the day, they're still going to make a huge profit.
True.
What do you guys think?
Any suggestions on how to get people to stop scalping tickets?
And also, how are they going to crack down? Are they really going to crack down? I guess if you get audited, then you're fucked.
Yeah. Our next story is a little bit tragic. Rose, do you want to
God. Okay, you guys. This story, guys, I cannot believe.
Okay.
So it's so sad. I don't even know how this happened. Okay. So 20-year-old student from Belgium sadly lost his life after eating leftover pasta. Mm-hmm. You guys, how is this possible? Oh, wait, this is an old story. Why is this in 2008? Why is it showing? That's very strange. Why is it showing an old? Because I saw this going viral on social media. Okay. So it seems that it became viral, this story, even though it happened in 2008. Oh my God. I thought it happened recently. I'm so sorry.
No, but it's still a story.
Yeah. So it's a new thing that they're talking about it again because on TikTok, this is how I saw it. I thought it was recent. Somebody like talked about it on TikTok.
Yeah.
Being like, okay, so this guy that was 20, okay, in Belgium, ate pasta spaghetti that was left on the counter for 5 days at room temperature.
Yeah.
And I guess he added fresh tomato sauce to the pasta before reheating and eating it. And unfortunately, because he got so sick, he died.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So it reported that the student became sick around 30 minutes after consuming the dish when he suffered from headaches, abdominal pain, and nausea. When he arrived at the hospital, he was vomiting for several hours and he was with bouts of diarrhea. So it was coming out both ends.
Oh God.
Sadly, he died the following day after 10 hours after eating the pasta.
This kills. I think the reason why I want to talk about it was like, it's so preventable. It's so crazy. Like I just so later they found that the pasta was contaminated. Obviously, guys, okay, do not eat anything that has been left out, especially for that long. Like
I know.
Well, obviously there's certain things you could eat, like dried nuts, like,
Of course, yeah.
But this is like, I guess these are kind of things like our parents teach us, certain things of life. But then if our parents don't teach us, sometimes some things may seem obvious.
Also, I think too, a lot of these people were like students. Like there were a lot of people. This guy was a student.
Yeah, he was a student.
And students, as you know, they get distracted with work. I was a student once. Sometimes you might like leave something on the counter, forget about it, and then like a couple days later, you're like, oh shit, I have this pasta. I'm sure if I heat it up in the microwave, it will kill all the bacteria, and then I'll be fine. I can eat it. But really, the reality is, anytime you have leftovers, you should get them in the fridge as soon as possible.
Yes.
Because any food left at room temperature, the issue is once food gets to room temperature is a dangerous temperature, right?
It is.
Refrigerate, fine. Heat, fine. Freezer, even better. The reason that room temperature is so dangerous is it's because it's the temperature in which bacteria thrives. So the second food gets to that kind of sweet spot of room temperature, bacteria starts to thrive. It starts to grow. It starts to infect basically food. And there's certain things that you have to be really careful with.
I thought everyone knew this. This is why it's crazy.
Yeah, like rice, for example.
Oh, rice is bad, guys.
Rice be a killer, okay?
The thing is, though, rice, as an Asian, I'm sure a lot of other Asians can relate to this. Like, we would leave rice out for a few hours. Like, it's fine for a few hours, but like 5 days is insane to me. 5 days. It would have gone bad. That's why I was shocked. Because I'm like, it would have, like, because usually you can taste it.
Yeah, and it goes moldy.
Yeah. So, but I guess, like, because he added, I think, what I saw was that initially I think he ate it and was like, oh, the sauce is like not good. So he like that's why he added more sauce to cover the kind of bad taste. Oh God, you guys, I can't. It's so sad. So anyways, public service announcement, people, do not eat food that has been laid out. Okay. Like put it in the fucking fridge. And I think maximum, like maybe a day. Like max, maybe. Yeah. And it also depends on like how humid it is in the environment.
It depends on so many factors. And like, honestly, like I'm pretty bad for this, but like I'll cook something and I'll put it in the fridge. But honestly, I've had things from the fridge like for like a week later.
Yeah.
And it's been fine.
Well, that's the thing. With the fridge, it depends also on the fridge.
Yeah.
But it's, again, you need to taste it because usually that's the first sign, right? Yeah. Like you taste it and you're like, oh, it's a little off. That's when you should just chuck it.
Because your taste buds know. Like your taste buds, as soon as you eat something that's a little bit off, you know right away. Like,
evolution, guys. Evolution.
This doesn't taste good. I'm not putting that inside my body.
Yes.
Okay.
So I think that's the first thing. That's how our bodies know, right? Because as soon as we taste it, we're like, holy shit. Like, that's gross. So, but with certain things.
If their body's telling us, Rose, certain things we shouldn't put in our mouths.
Well, anyway. Not all gross things. But I think with certain things, it's more dangerous because it doesn't have that. Rice is dangerous for this reason. It can actually go bad before there's any taste.
Yeah.
So I've had like rice poisoning before. So before I was never that careful with rice because I've never been sick. Maybe as Asians, we have a little bit more of a tolerance to rice.
Yeah.
And we would leave out rice. Like my parents sometimes just leave it out for like a day. But now I'm quite vigilant because I did get sick and I was in London in that like tiny little apartment. I think it was extra humid in there.
Yeah.
So I left out rice. Like maybe like it wasn't even like a full day.
Yeah.
And I ate it. It tasted completely fine.
Yeah.
And then I was like sick all night, like just like food poisoned all night.
Fuck.
And then I was like, it has to be the rice. Like there's nothing else. So anyway, be careful with rice. Be careful with a lot of things. But most food, you should be able to tell. Anyway, it's fucking tragic. I didn't know it happened in 2008 though.
Damn, you've had food poisoning a couple times, hey?
I've had food poisoning a few times. Yes. Have you never had food poisoning?
Like maybe once.
That's because your stomach, I swear, if you ate spaghetti that was left out on the counter for 5 days, you probably would be like, oh, I puked once.
Yeah.
I'm like good now. You have like a stomach of steel.
Well, I don't know because lately, and I don't know if it's like, it's probably not a good thing, but lately, like, especially if I have like a couple drinks now.
Oh, yeah.
Like my
you
stomach.
Have the knots.
Yeah, my stomach gets in knots every time I drink now.
And you puke a lot.
I do. Well, actually.
Easily.
Yeah, I do with drinking. But like, yeah, it's more that my stomach is lately, it's like gets in really bad knots.
But it's usually with just drinking.
Yeah.
So we should probably just stop drinking.
I know. It's like my body probably saying like, you've done enough abuse over the years. Like you need to stop.
With food, it's like, you're probably fine.
Oh yeah. Food. Yeah. Food I never have an issue.
You can eat moldy spaghetti all day and probably be fine.
I can eat moldy, all kinds of things. And my body's just probably like, meh. But as soon as I touch a thing of beer, it's like,
oh God. It's our body's telling us, Daniel. It's our body's telling us.
From all the abuse.
It's warning us. It's warning us. I keep seeing so many TikToks about how like alcohol is so bad for me.
Oh God.
I'm like, no.
I know. It's kind of scary. Well, and especially if you watch on your algorithm, you're going to get more of them.
I know.
But I think it's kind of scary because there's been like nights out, especially when I was younger. When I was younger, I was really bad. And I always used to get sick from drinking. Like I would never
like puke.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily be hungover the next day, but that night I would probably be sick. And
almost every night.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And we binge drank a lot though.
We did when we were younger.
Like way too much.
And like there was times where it was like I was sick, but there was like nothing to be sick. And,
you mean the stomach acid? That's the worst.
And I'm like thinking like I probably like depleted my natural biome.
It's okay. It's okay because we eat a lot. So we probably just like replenish it pretty quickly.
And I do have a lot of probiotics. So
exactly. I eat a lot of kimchi. But still not good for you guys. Okay. If you can help it, don't drink alcohol.
Yeah.
Okay. Next story. Yet another doom and gloom story. Of course, Daniel picked it out. Please read.
I did pick it out, guys. Apparently, okay. As if Gen Z didn't have it bad enough. Okay?
Oh God.
They'd be lonely as hell.
Okay. Read the
apparently Gen Z loneliness is so bad that some young adults are spending thousands trying to make friends through gym memberships and social clubs.
Well, it's not just Gen Z. Let me tell you.
God damn, it'd be millennials
too. It's the same thing. But it's sad that it's Gen Z. The reason why I think it's extra sad that it's Gen Z is because this is the because I don't, how old are they? They're like what, maximum 20 something?
18 to 25, I think.
Yeah. So the reason why it's sad is because this should be the time when you like it should be very, I don't want to say natural to be social, but you should be most social during this time naturally. I basically said the same thing.
Yeah, you did.
Like I think it is that's the age where you want to be social.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
You crack me up. I don't want to say naturally social, but that's the age that you should be naturally social.
But it's like, that's the age where usually when you're younger, you go out more, you want to see your friends all the time. And, for us anyway, at that age, it wasn't even, we didn't even try.
No, that's what I was just thinking. I was like, I didn't even have to try. And like, literally, I'm not kidding you. Especially when I was in university and stuff, it was like every single weekend had plans. I would try to not have plans and I would have plans.
I don't think you ever tried to not have plans during that age.
I definitely
Maybe
didn't.
now you try not to have plans.
Yeah, now I do. But
now though, I feel like for me anyway, in my 30s, I do feel like there is, I think in your 30s or late 20s, maybe you feel a bit of a shift. I mean, we've talked about it personally, but there's some people are getting married and having kids, and people are moving away, and people are busy with their careers. So then it becomes a little bit more, for me anyway, it's more of a challenge, the social aspect, especially when some best friends are running away from you all the time and not wanting to spend time with you.
Not true.
So anyway, let's talk about this story.
Yeah. So basically, there's a lovely lady called Lynette Ban.
Okay.
She moved from New York to Austin, Texas. During the pandemic to save money. But now, 3 years into working remotely, she's racked up a new expense.
Friendships. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. Well, this is another factor. Working remotely.
Yeah.
I have very mixed feelings about working remotely. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts on working remotely?
I prefer a hybrid model, to be honest.
Yes, I think that's perfect.
Yeah, I think it's perfect because I don't like going to, now that I've worked a hybrid model, I don't think I ever want to go back to going full time to the office because it is so nice to have those days where you work from home, and during, breaks between meetings and stuff, you can quickly throw some laundry in or cook a nice lunch. Yes. It's just, you can sleep in, you don't have to commute to the office. Yes. You can do a lot. And so I personally really value working from home. Do I want to do it every single day? Probably not. No. Because it does isolate you.
Absolutely. And I think the problem is, you're right though. I think the hybrid model works because, first of all, the whole concept of working 5 days out of the 7-day week is already flawed. Yeah. But since you have to be working all the time, you need a little more time, in your day to be, doing stuff, maybe not spending so much time commuting. So it is nice to have those days. But the reason why those days are nice is because you break it up by going to the office on certain days. Yeah. And for a lot of people, this is the only social interaction they're going to get. Exactly. Sadly speaking, that is the reality. Yeah. And people think, I don't want to do that. But then they're also wondering, people think, I hate working at an office. I want to work remotely, which I kind of understand to some extent. I want to work remotely, but then also at the same time, and I love working at home. I love being at home. I love doing this. And then at the same time, they're like, why am I depressed? Mm-hmm. There is a link, people. Yeah. Social isolation is not healthy.
Well, and there's something to be said about being in the office, grabbing coffee with a coworker, or having those social interactions. And I have to say, even moving back to Calgary for myself, a lot of the new friends that I have in the city is from working at my office job. Hands down, I don't know where else I would meet people.
This is why I can't meet new people, because I don't go to an office.
Well, exactly.
But anyway, that's besides the point. It's not just work, but obviously, there's other factors as well. So I guess this person, Lynette, estimates she spends at least $500 a month on various memberships and events aimed at making friends and maintaining connections. So that includes oh my gosh, she must be making lots of money. Mm-hmm. She goes to Social Club Soho House, which is kind of like a bougie, expensive, private club. It's a members club. It's $2,500 annually, which actually is less than what I would have imagined.
Yeah. That's actually not that bad.
That's not bad. That might be worth it. Again, it's there is a fruit fly.
I told you.
Anyway, be following me here. Anyways, okay. So $2,500. Actually, that's not that bad. I would maybe think about it. I don't know. And then $500 annual fee for the gym program class pass. Again, not that bad. I think they're being a little exaggerated.
That's on top of hundreds a month on lunches and dinners.
Right. So then she started prioritizing more of these clubs and joining organizations where she can meet new people and build a network that way. And especially because she moved to a new city, right?
Exactly. And I think more and more people are doing this, but I think the issue is we're getting this growing problem.
Yeah. It's a huge issue.
This epidemic, they're calling it, of loneliness.
Yes. It's a huge problem. And I definitely noticed that in the last, especially post-COVID, I feel like it's a weird time. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but there's definitely a shift.
I think because COVID impacted a lot.
It did. And I think without us even realizing, it's kind of come to the point where people are lonely, but we also kind of don't want to socialize. It's a weird dynamic.
Was that a direct attack at me, Rose?
Yes, Daniel. Especially the ones that are close to you. They don't want to spend time with you, even though you have separation anxiety. Anyways, so it says, again, we talked about this before, but over a third of Americans age 18 to 25, again, 18 to 25, reported feeling lonely frequently, almost all the time, or all the time in the 30 days preceding a December 2022 survey. Over a third.
Yeah.
Over a third of, again, not just all people, 18 to 25-year-olds.
Yeah.
this is a huge problem. Okay. This is like an actual, and they say that it can like kill people earlier. Like it's like
it causes health impacts.
It causes health problems. And I think the reason I really like, this is such a big issue. I think the reason is because, I mean, there's so many factors.
Yeah.
But I think it's like hyper individualistic society that we live in.
Yeah.
That just keeps telling you, oh, you can achieve whatever you want. Just work hard. Don't pay attention. It's very like, and even in the self-help world, it's very like, oh, just like work on yourself. Work on yourself.
Yeah.
You know, like fuck all the people. Fuck everyone. And it's like, okay, that's not good advice.
Exactly. There should be more, again, there should be more third places.
How are we going to make third places, Daniel?
I don't know.
We got to make some third places.
Damn. Further in this article, to that point that you were saying though, Rose,
yeah.
loneliness isn't only a mental health concern. Social isolation can be as dangerous as smoking up to 15 cigarettes a day and contributes to health issues, including cardiovascular disease, stroke, and dementia.
Yeah, because think about it. If you're just sitting alone by yourself all the time, you're not talking to people. You're not engaging your mind.
I would imagine it would also increase chances of getting schizophrenia.
Probably. You're going to go
like
crazy.
Paranoia.
Yes.
Like...
This is a huge problem.
This is a big issue, guys.
I don't know how to fix it, and that's what's scary. And I think especially in North America, because everyone's so spread apart, everyone's in a car, everyone's just living in their own little, little bubble. It's become more and more of a problem.
Damn, Rose, it'd be scary as hell.
Goddamn, do we need to move?
God damn, where are we gonna move?
I don't know. Spain?
I moved there.
I actually did see a TikTok the other day, and it was like this guy walking around. I think he's American, and he was walking around Spain. Like it was like Barcelona. He's like, guys, this isn't some special night of the year. This is just a regular night. And he's just showing people just, in the plazas, just like interacting with one another, kids playing. It's like 10 o'clock at night and everyone's just like interacting. Everyone's talking. Everyone's doing stuff. And it's like, you would never, like, you just don't see that in North America.
No.
Ever.
No.
Like, unless you were, like, I don't know. Like, you don't see that.
Unless it's a special event.
It's like a cultural thing as well. It's like a Western, like individualistic nightmare.
God damn, I was maybe part of it.
I do see a lot of people when I'm walking. So yesterday or the other day, I was walking in the park and it was like kind of in the evening. And I do see some groups of people and I think they're like, I think it's like a cultural thing.
Yeah.
Like maybe in Pakistan, because I think we were talking to someone that was from Pakistan and they said it's very normal for people to just like, I don't know, go over to each other's house and just like play and just constantly like be in each other's presence and be in a big group. Yeah. It's like a part of their culture.
Yeah.
So all I see are like people from India or Pakistan in the parks and they're all in big groups.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we don't do any of that. There's no like bunch of white people.
Yeah. Same with like Filipinos and stuff too. I see a lot of big groups of Filipinos.
Oh yeah, and they're also very like family oriented. And I'm sure there's negatives to those cultures as well. Same thing with but I think that's one positive thing is that they're always kind of like spending a lot of time together.
Mm-hmm. Socializing.
Wow, something we don't know how to do anymore.
God damn, this be scary as hell, guys.
God damn, Daniel.
And also I feel like loneliness and depression is going to lead to like more loneliness could lead to depression, could lead to like more violence, could lead to more, shooters and all kind of mass violence, all kind of things. And
like, I don't know. And the thing is like, can you even meet people at the gym? Like, I guess you could meet people at Soho House. Yeah. But yeah, a lot of people are spending a lot of money when, in different, that's the thing. It's like, there's so many shifts that need to happen. We need more third places. We need a cultural shift because obviously certain cultures, they have it together and they spend time with each other. Mm-hmm.
Like one thing, like imagine if we had something where it's like, the community of your community, for example, once a week or
did some kind of big thing
or did something in like the field where everyone just brings a big potluck. Yeah. You don't invite people. Everyone just shows up.
I know.
Whoever wants to go goes, and you meet all your neighbors. You interact with people. Like it would just become more, and that was just like a regular thing that happened maybe once a week or once a month, even just to like bring the community together. And again, it would be free. You just have to prepare your dish.
Yes.
And then maybe people bring games.
See, that's another thing, right? Because in order to socialize now, you always have to pay money. Mm-hmm. Like this person, they had to buy these memberships, buy these things, and
because we've commoditized everything.
Yeah, everything is money.
Yeah,
everything is.
It's money. It's like these gym cults and these gym clubs and
they're so expensive.
Everything.
It's like do I have to pay $2,500 USD to get a friend around here? Yep, like apparently we don't even have Soho fucking House.
I know.
We have some old ass fucking members only club.
We have like the petroleum club or something.
Ew! I don't want to join a petroleum club.
Me
like
neither.
fuck off. Anyway, guys, loneliness is a big issue. We don't know how to solve it. I want to solve it. Maybe this will be my new
goal in
life to solve human loneliness. I think it's a huge problem.
It is. It's a huge, and it's growing.
And it's concerning. And the worst part is, if people ages 18 to 25 are lonely, it's going to just get worse from there.
Yeah.
They're going to get more and more lonely as they get older.
Because think about like once you're in our age bracket, because we weren't lonely in that time.
Exactly.
Right? And now we're starting to get a little bit lonely to be like, hey, it would be great to meet some new friends or like a partner, any of those things. And it's like,
it's also, I know we talked about it many times, but it's also this reliance on the single family household. You have to get married and have kids. If you don't get married and have kids, you will die alone forever.
And you're a failure.
And you're a failure. You have no social support system outside of the individual family unit that the United States or the Western world has deemed acceptable by society standards. But if you decide, maybe you don't want to get married, maybe you're asexual, maybe you just don't want to live with a partner, then what? You're just fucked?
Yep.
Maybe you don't want to live with a shady ass man that's going to cheat on you.
Yep.
Then you're just fucked. Are we fucked?
We're fucked.
Are we fucked?
God damn.
Well, I propose that I'm going to build a compound.
A commune. You're doing your commune.
The longer I live, the more serious I become about this. My friends and my other friends, I do have other friends as well. I know, surprising. Sometimes they don't avoid me. So,
yeah,
it's nice to have friends that don't avoid you.
Where are they
now,
Rose?
Well, they're not here because I'm with you, unfortunately.
Are they coming on the weekend to that event that we're going to?
Guys, not only does he not want to hang out with me, he's calling me a loser with no friends.
It didn't happen. I was just kidding, Rose. I was just joking. But anyway, sorry, you were having a conversation with your other friends.
You only have friends because you work in an office. Anyway.
So sorry, you were saying.
Well, I forgot what I was saying because somebody was being mean to me.
You were chatting with your friends about.
I forgot. Continue.
Okay. Damn.
Continue.
Okay, so guys, we have our one last story.
One final story
to grace you with before Rose kills me off camera.
So one chip challenge. Have you guys heard of the one chip challenge? It was pulled from shelves after mother says spicy tortilla chip contributed to her son's death. Daniel, you want to try the one chip challenge?
Well, apparently we can't do it because it's been pulled from shelves.
Well, I'll find one somewhere and I'll shove it in your mouth.
Damn. That sounds dirty as hell, Rose.
God damn. So guys, the one chip challenge is basically this like internet, these internet trends.
Yeah.
That
like people just shouldn't do them. It's
it's just crazy.
Yeah.
The thing is, we've done the spicy noodle challenge.
Yeah, true.
But this chip is supposed to be so spicy. Like I've seen people do it, and they are like, they have one. It's like a literal chip. Like it looks like a what do you call it? Like a nacho.
So do you eat a bag of it? Does it come in a bag?
No, it's one chip. It comes in like a little box.
Yeah.
And the only reason for its existence is like the challenge.
Yeah.
Like it's not the taste. It's not like it's super yummy. It's supposed to be the spiciest, probably the spiciest chip in the world. And you eat it, and then the challenge I think is to like maybe not drink water for a certain number of time. Anyways, I guess it's killed somebody. I didn't know you could die from spiciness, but I guess you can.
It makes sense. You know what the thing is? It's like when people were doing that like spicy pepper challenge, and people were eating like the spiciest pepper in the world, which is like, I don't know, it was like a ghost pepper or something.
I don't know.
Or like there's a bunch of other ones that are like so spicy, and people would eat the full one and go into like states of shock, or like it was just so fucked up and bad.
Guys, it's very dangerous. And I've seen people like pranking each other by putting like a spice, like a concentrate in like food and then just feeding it to people. Guys, do not do this. This is like actually potentially dangerous. Okay. Yeah. I might have to put something in Daniel's food later, but
Other than that, the exclusive episode might just be Rose at that point. Happy day.
So, So I guess, they are sold individually, and their seasoning included 2 of the hottest peppers in the world, the Carolina Reaper and the Naga Viper. Okay. And each chip is packaged in a coffin-shaped container with the skull on the front.
Oh my God.
So again, it's not even just like a yummy chip that happens to be spicy. It's literally just designed to basically be the spiciest chip in the world.
It's designed for a challenge. Like, what has the world become when we're designing food for a fucking challenge on social media? Like, we need to stop, guys.
I know, but we've always, like, the thing is, you know what always bothered me as well? Like, eating contests.
Yeah.
I will never understand the appeal of an eating contest.
Like a hot dog eating contest. Yes. Yeah.
It just, I'm like, this is the lowest of the low of how humanity can go.
Well, it's so stupid.
It's so dumb. And they're just like shoving. It's not like you're enjoying the food. They're just shoving hot dogs in their mouth, drinking fucking whatever water in between to get as much in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? This isn't enjoyable to watch. Okay. It's not enjoyable to watch. It's not fun. And it just looks painful.
Yeah.
And it's potentially dangerous. Like, you could choke. You could, like, I don't know. Like, there could be a lot that goes wrong. Anyway, so I guess this poor 14-year-old. Here's another thing. It's like kids are watching these things.
Of course. And they're like, I want to do this challenge.
Exactly. They don't have the better judgment of being like, you know what? That's probably a little bit dangerous or, you know, that's probably stupid. So a 14-year-old kid ate the chip Friday, then went to the school nurse with a stomach ache. Okay. And he passed out at home that afternoon, and he was pronounced dead at the hospital.
Fucking hell.
Fuck. So they don't know the actual cause of death.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it had to do with the chip. Maybe it causes, like, I don't know, it causes issues within your system.
And it would probably shock your system, and somebody that like is not used to spicy food or whatever. Like, it says, while the Paki, I don't know. One chip challenge is intended for adults only, we have seen an increase in teen usage of the product. We care about all of our consumers and have made the decision to remove it from the shelves. Like, but why was it even on the shelves to begin with? This is so dumb.
I'm shocked that it was on the shelves. Like, which shelves was it on? Like,
I don't know.
I thought it was like something you could buy online. And even then, it's like, this is obviously dangerous. And even adults, like, after they eat it, they are like fucking going into a coma. They're like dying.
Oh my God.
And it's like, okay, this is definitely like, I have always wondered when I watch those things, I'm like, I wonder if anyone can die from this.
Yeah.
And clearly there's an answer.
Well, and I think it makes sense. Like, I feel like you could die from something way too spicy. You know, your body
because your body just can't, maybe, because like when you eat something spicy, obviously I haven't tried this, and clearly I never will.
Yeah.
But you try this, and it's like you eat something spicy, and then you're like, everything starts to, you know, like, you're watering.
You start to sweat. Your stomach hurts.
Yeah.
You might start hiccuping. You know, like, so much stuff happens to your body. Yeah.
So your body probably just goes into a shock. I don't know. But guys, do not, like, be careful with spicy food. It's not something to be, you know.
It's not to be taken lightly.
Yeah, apparently not. I'm sure it's not that common to die from spice.
Yeah.
But hey, anything can happen.
Exactly. Me and Rose had a real spicy experience in Mexico, didn't we?
Oh God.
So basically, and it's interesting because it happened to us both at the same time,
but in like a different way.
Yeah,
but at the exact same time.
So Rose, we were going up to the buffet, and this buffet, I think we talked about this before in the podcast, but like, everything was labeled incorrectly. The labels were mixed up. Like, it was really bad. And I saw what I thought was padron peppers, which are these beautiful peppers that they cook in Spain that are like they're not spicy at all. They're like kind of like regular pepper.
Really good. And they're like salted
with salt, and they're just they're to perfection.
Yeah, they're like cooked in grease.
It's
so good.
It's such a good dish. So anyway, I saw them and I was like, fuck yeah. But I thought they looked a little bit smaller, but I was like, padron peppers, great. Threw a bunch of them on my plate. And then Rose was getting some kind of like
it was like a sauce.
Or like a veggie mix or a sauce
it was like
mix.
And kind of like a salsa looking thing.
Yeah, like a salsa with her veg. So we go sit down. And Rose is eating her veg with this sauce. It just keeps, shoveling, scooping it in. Yeah. At the same time, I take one of these padron peppers,
shove the whole thing in
the entire one, because that's how you eat them as well. You kind of like eat them like just as one kind of thing. And instantly, at that time, I was like, and I think you might have been a little second after me, because I ate that, and it was like instant, like my mouth was on fire. It was a habanero pepper. And I ate the entire thing, and I was like, fuck my life. This is so spicy. I started dying. And like within a second, Rose started like dry heaving and was like, oh my God, I just ate something. Well, at first it was like, I kind of ate something a little bit spicy. And you're like, holy fuck, this is so spicy.
It was like a slow but very fast burn.
Yeah. And both of us were like, holy shit. So we quickly like got beers. We were trying to like fucking chug. And it was like, it's just like the burn just would not stop.
The thing is, when you eat really spicy food, it's like, it's like you don't know how to stop it.
Yeah.
I think and it's just like torture.
And it's constant.
Yes, it's like torture for like at least for a few minutes.
And it just keeps going and going. I was like, what the fuck? Like,
it was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad. Thankfully, we recovered.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Thank God.
They need to put a warning again. Like you need to put a warning label. And again, I can eat pretty spicy food. Okay. Yeah. You're not too bad. You can eat pretty spicy. You know, especially for a WAP boy.
Exactly. I can handle my spice. Yeah. Okay. I might hiccup, but I handle it.
You can handle it. So for both of us to like be dying, it's like, you know, for like imagine a person that can't handle spice.
Or that doesn't never eat spice.
I don't know.
It's like, oh my God, speaking of spice, I felt so bad. So I made for my friend that was staying with me.
What did you make?
I cooked dinner and I made just like a lemon and oil pasta.
Yeah.
Basically like lemon, garlic, some other ingredients.
Can she not eat spicy?
And she can eat spicy. She can, but she doesn't eat like as spicy as I do. And I throw like cayenne pepper and stuff in everything. Yeah. Like, right. So I'm just putting cayenne pepper in, not even thinking, cooking it up. To me, it didn't even taste that spicy. I was like, it has a little kick to it.
Yeah.
And I look over at my poor friend.
She's like dying.
Well, she still ate it. She said it was good. Like it was tasty. Yeah. But like she definitely is just like getting the like sweats and stuff. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like this is just how I eat. I just throw cayenne pepper in everything, you know?
Yeah, it was probably not that spicy.
It wasn't. But like I felt bad because again, somebody that's not used to handling as much spice, they're gonna have a tougher time, right? So
you know what I saw today? I saw yet another TikTok.
What were you doing on TikTok today, Rose?
Oh God damn, Daniel.
How many did you put your limit on? How many hours you spent on there?
I haven't hit my limit yet, Daniel. Do not.
You reset it, didn't you?
Daniel, you're walking on thin ice with this friendship. Okay, you're walking on thin ice with this friendship. Anyways, and it was about how apparently Asians have different. Like a different palate profile or something. I can't remember exactly. Okay.
So things taste differently to you.
No, not different, but like, for example, like we can eat like temperature wise, we can eat super cold and super hot and we can still taste the food. Whereas other people, maybe they may not be able to taste as much. And also we're more what do they call it, super tasters or something? Apparently a lot of us are super tasters.
God damn.
And apparently this is why we're more sensitive to guys, don't quote me on any of this, we're more sensitive to like sweet things. You know how like the Asian, I always joke that the biggest compliment an Asian can give to a dessert is saying it's not too sweet. Yes. But it's so true. Every time I eat a dessert and I think it's delicious, I'm like, it's not too sweet. It's good.
You're like, this is good. It's not too sweet.
Because I guess apparently there's been studies saying that we are more like, there is something that makes it different. So like we are more like less likely. Maybe it's like for years of not eating sweet food. I have no idea. But
it could be that makes sense because maybe people like more like white people, for example, were just our bodies and our taste palette doesn't handle spice as well.
Yes.
And that's why we can't like handle the spicy stuff.
So I wonder if it's, you know what? I'm going to try to find this article. Hold on.
Damn.
Asians and taste buds. Taste study. Okay. So study reveals taste is connected to ethnicity and gender.
God damn.
Yeah. So Asian ethnicity experience taste more intensely. And contrary to popular belief, it's men who have the sweetest tooth. Again, within Asia.
Okay.
Or maybe, I thought it was within Asia. So the research carried out, blah, 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 by the University of Nottingham's Sensory Science Center explored the difference between Caucasian versus Asian and observed variations in taste perception known as phenotypes, taste phenotypes. But yeah, you're right. It might be just, our experience with food is very different.
Yeah.
So for example, a lot of people, when I do mukbang, sometimes I'll eat like things boiling from the pot and I put it like, I blow on it and then I eat it. And a lot of people get shocked that I do that.
Yeah.
Whereas in Korea, it's very normal. Like we're always eating fucking piping hot shit, like right off the goddamn like pot.
Yeah.
So for me, it's very normal. But a lot of people are like, oh my God, how do you eat something so hot? So that's interesting. And again, that's why apparently we don't like as many sweet things.
Oh, God damn. You don't got a sweet tooth.
Well, I do have a sweet tooth, but I guess we're more, sensitive to the taste or whatever. I don't know. We experience it more intensely. So something that's sweet to me might be just a little bit sweet to you. Something that's really sweet to me might be sweet to you,
God damn, that's so true.
And on that positive note, I'm gonna go kill Daniel now.
Oh, God damn, guys. I won't be seeing you on the next episode. I'll be gone.
Guys, you've seen how mean he is to me.
Oh, God damn.
I'm in a dark place. Oh, he's rejecting my friendship. He's
Rose, we made a compromise, okay? We made a compromise. Relationships
you might be uninvited at this point. You're walking on thin ice.
Who are you going to invite then?
Walking on thin ice.
Just
I'll invite other people. You're uninvited. Bye.
Okay, on that positive night, guys, we are ending this episode. If you're not already, don't forget to check us out on your favorite podcast platform. And if you hit follow, you'll get updated as soon as the new episode goes live. Also, check out our Patreon, guys, patreon.com/the SaVeg podcast. You get every episode a week early. You get ad-free. All the episodes are ad-free. You get extra exclusive content as well. And also, guys, if you're watching on YouTube, give this video a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and show us some love in the comment section down below.
Yeah, let me know down below what you thought of this episode.
God damn. All right, talk to you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye.